now.
Hi everyone, I'm here with Mira to talk about connection in relation to relationships. We tried it on Facebook Live, but the challenges have been in two different countries, and I think the UAE is quite difficult to do it sometimes because of the connection. So connection. Why I think it's really important, because in terms of relations, so for example, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, business partner, friends, relatives, you name it. Connection's really important, because once you just realize you already have it, it makes all of these relationships pretty amazing. And also, quite importantly, when they're not really that good, it's usually because you've just simply forgotten that the connection's really there. What do you think about that, Mira?
Yeah, it's interesting. It is a most important part of every relationship, and we do have that connection automatically, like we have connection with everything else around us. It's just that it's not visible. Connection is not a visible trait. It's not a cord from the phone to the wall so that you see it. I mean, not even phones have these connections anymore. So it's not visible. So we think that connection needs to be something specific, something different. That we need to relate to each other in a specific way to have a connection. But connection is just that force that exists all the time in between people and people and nature and whatever. Anyway, so what I wanted to say is that it's there, but we don't see it all the time. And when we don't see it, we think it's not there. And then we are trying to create it in a wrong way. And the fact that the connection is over there, it doesn't mean that you don't get into arguments. It doesn't mean that you are constantly on I don't know, is it 7th or 9th heaven? It does mean that you have arguments. You're all human beings, and we don't see that connection all the time. But it also means that...
Yeah, like crucially, like we did before.
Yeah, and it was funny, but we know that it doesn't... That it's... it doesn't mean that we don't have a relationship. It just means that at the moment, somebody got really hyped up into their own thinking. And we didn't see it, but the knowing that you have it means that you can get into arguments, and you can get into misunderstanding and whatever, but it doesn't affect your relationship as it is.
Yeah, and if you think, a good metaphor, a good analogy is, think of like the strongest Wi-Fi signal. We're in different countries. Through the power of the internet and technology, it's amazing we can have this conversation. So we're connected, how do you want to put it, digitally through the network over the internet. But if you think about connection with all of us as human beings, that network is constantly on. It has the same strength, and it's better than any internet. Fiber optics crosses, every boundaries, countries, planets, the universe. So all you have to do, it's not like, oh my God, because I hear people saying, I must have a better connection with my wife, or I've lost the connection with person X. And then I say, well, actually, you've just forgotten. It's always switched on. It's there. And that's it. That's the cool thing. All you have to do is realize that when you've gone off the path with an individual, it's simply because you just didn't believe that you had that connection with them. And as soon as you go, no, I'm connected again. You both have a better relationship. And there's still other things, you still need to listen to each other. And for example, calibrate or ask them questions. So you both, understand what you're talking about. But just having that basic thing, connection, it's so important. And it resolves so many issues automatically just by realizing that you're both connected to the same source. And every single person on the planet taps into it, and it's there.
Yeah, and you're connected to each other.
Yeah.
And each, the connection is universal. It's what it is. It's there. But we all add our own flavor to it. So that's why we have different, so to say, relationships. But the connection, the raw connection, it's always there. Yeah. So yeah, we said we'll do this one for 10 minutes. There's so many other things that I wanted to say, and they're all related. But maybe we stop now. And then talk about it next time. Like you mentioned listening, and that would be communication. So we can maybe mention that one next time. And
I'm just sorry, go on.
No, that's me. No.
And just to end that, the conversation that wasn't recorded that we shared, we didn't have a connection, and then we realized we did. And actually, I feel a very strong connection now.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, and again, you can really feel it. You can't see it, and like you said before, it's not like it's a chord or it's you don't plug into each other. But once it's there, and you realize that you've just forgot about it, feels good, no?
Yeah, and what, just when you said that, it just what just struck me is that we don't believe we have it because we don't see it, or at least I didn't believe that something like this exists in the past because I did not see it. And because we live in a material world, we learn that whatever we can see, it exists. Whatever we can't see, it's but take it as physics. You can't see many things that people are explaining in physics, but it doesn't mean that they're there. Like force, you don't see it, but it's there. You feel it. So the connection, as you said, we can feel if you just pay a little bit attention to it.
Yeah. And once you've got that feeling, and once you're connected with an individual, that's when the good things happen. Okay, well, we'll end on that one.
Okay.
Okay, thanks guys. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. And next time we come with something even better. Bye.
All right.